How's everybody doing? Welcome back. We had a good day today. That's a pile of hickory there. There's a big old pile of hickory. We're not cutting any of that into logs or nothing. So that's got some nice sticks of wood through there. That'll be a nice load to chip. That's getting made into chips for you to grill on out there. So that's separate, whole separate deal, separate mill deal. So anyways, we had a good day. Towards the end of the day, we started running some really bushy stuff, and I was going to explain to you how the sunshine works. So, a couple I need to trim up here. That one I need to trim up. And a couple over here on the back side I need to trim up. They got saved out. I think I'm going to run them tomorrow. A few over here to trim. Yep. Ugly stuff. Ugly white oak, but I can cut that off and cut that off, and that'll be a log. Beech. Hay beech. Couple red oak. Trim up. White oak over here, that's ugly. The reason it's ugly is because you started bringing stuff that's on the edge of this field. And when you get to the edge of the field, the limbs want to grow towards the sun. So if you have a thick forest, you just have a little bitty top, a nice straight pole of timber. And I think we've discussed this a couple different times, but this one right here was a perfect example because I'll show you from this angle. This side over here was obviously facing the woods, and these are ugly garbage. This all come from the same area. But you can see, if you follow this beauty up, that limb there shoots straight out, and then that next limb up there shoots straight out sideways. So they grow up and they just shoot straight out, choom, 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 trying to get sunlight. So I probably should have snapped those, but it's red oak. If it was white oak, I would have snapped them because it's going to be a little stringier, a little harder to snap. That red will actually break pretty easy. But yeah, I started running some bushy stuff because you got the edge of this hill here and it's all ugly. There's some aspen still standing you couldn't get to because there's a big hole. Gravel pit action. So anywho, kind of like that big tree right there. If there's nothing to force it to go straight up, the limbs grow outward to get to sun. That's how it all works. But some reds here that were ugly. It's all ugly when it grows on the side of it. When it grows, and half of it's in open air, so you kind of get your edgewood. That's ugly. Stuff inside's nice. Stuff outside, well, try to keep it cleaned up. Keep the mills happy because they don't want the limbs on there. So that's what's going on today. It's warming up. So everything's snow's getting heavy, but got some nice piles. Moved some logs today, moved some firewood. Got some good firewood out of here. Hard maple. There's hard maple kicking around. You get it all. Get a little hard, you get a little soft, get a little beech, you get a little red oak. Let's see. Where's some white oak at? Oh, we got a little bit of everything. Right there. There's some white. Whole bunch of white right there. There's 4 whites right there. That was some pretty nice logs. So, a little bit of everything on this job. So, kind of sort and pick through it. And there's a little bit of firewood. There's more firewood over there, but that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone has an awesome day. Just keep rolling. I'm getting picked up. Welcome back. We're at the shop. Just got everything ready to go for tomorrow. And every now and then I like to do like a last comment on the channel thing. But the last comment's this wild one, and I can't quite read it correctly because it's really confusing. But the second one was a good comment, so I wanted to address that real quick. He said, "You sure spend a lot of money on the looks of the machine, but a few days in the woods and it's all scratched up. How often do you repaint them?" So, good question. So we have the chipper repainted. That was on the back in the paint video. our back from paint video. This is the second chipper we've painted in the last year. Since I've worked here for 13 years, there have been the only two that have been repainted. I think there might have been the only two pieces of equipment repainted since I've worked here are those two chippers. So you're kind of getting like the cream of the crop, because we've never done this before since I've worked here. So the first chipper was in really rough shape. We fixed it all up, sent it to the paint booth, didn't know the price on it, got the machine back, and the price on it was not bad at all. So then we said, well, we might as well do it to the next one, send that one in and get it back, because the price of the paint, to make it look real nice, and it's going to look real nice for many, many years, it looks really nice. It looks a lot better than that machine. The first one was really bad shape. The last one wasn't horrible, but it definitely looks a lot more presentable than it did 11,000 hours ago. It's a 2012, so you all can do the math. Like I said, it's got over 11,000 hours. So those are the only two pieces of equipment I believe that I've seen repainted. Trying to think if we've had any semis repainted or not. I think we had the one fire truck the one firewood truck got a paint job, but I mean, this is only the second time we've done this. But like I said, it doesn't happen often. We don't throw a lot of money into paint, but it definitely looks a lot nicer with a sticker kit on there. Will look very good. I just went over a couple things in the shop looking at it. We're going to start throwing that together. We're waiting on parts. Parts are a big problem right now. For you guys that don't understand, to get parts, very difficult to get parts right now from Moorbark. And the thing about Moorbark is we're located in central Michigan. You can drive to Moorbark very easily. From our job, you can drive there, very short drive, but you can't get any parts. Like, you can't drive there and pick up parts, which is what Mike's been accustomed to for the last 30 years. I mean, you drive to Moorbark, you get parts, you drive back, you put the parts in the machine. A lot of other people have to pick up multiple parts when they go there and take them home because they live further away or out of state or however that works. But we're close, we've been spoiled, and now it's getting to the point where we need torque hubs for our feed wheels. We have one out in the 23 that's out in the woods, and we can't get one. We need 5 more for that chipper in the shop because we're going to put all new on that, and we can't get those. We need some bearings. I think we got the bearings, will be here tomorrow. But you actually have to email them. You can't like go to the door and say, hey, I need this part. Well, they changed it after it got bought out. You had to call ahead. Then they put in a minimum price order. You had to buy so much stuff to get an order, go through that hassle. And now with the current COVID stuff, you can't even go there and pick up. I went and picked up a part in the middle of summer, and you had to do your normal COVID stuff, get your temperature taken, all that, which isn't a big deal. But now it's worse. Holidays is always hard to get parts, but with the other restrictions, it's even harder. Like I said, you have to email them, and it's like, we need parts right now. They don't have them, so they have to get them and then get them to us, and it's like a big hassle. So it's actually got us kind of in a bind. Yeah, so we got with that bottom feed wheel not working in the one chipper. It's the one closest, it's the one directly under the cab. Those two are kind of your most important ones. One of them goes out, you notice it right away. The other ones go out, you kind of can tell there's a difference, but you can kind of make it work. You notice a big difference. So it's kind of a bummer. Josh is dealing with it, and then the other chipper, the clutch bearings went out, so they're waiting on the bearings for them, and then they'll get the clutch put back together, and then we'll do the soapy swap. But that job that we're cutting right now will be done probably the next day or two, and then we'll have to get a chipper there, which hopefully will work out by the time we get the bearings for the clutch put back on it, get it all put back together, and then get the chipper there, and we can start chipping tops, and then go from there. But that's the latest problems. The paint is the people painted do a really good job, and they don't charge an astronomical amount. That's why they got painted. So latest comment, good comment, fun stuff. But hopefully you guys will have a wonderful day, and everything goes great where you guys are working at, and easier to get parts. So thanks for watching. Just keep rolling.